Wins by the Stewarts. I'm your host, B Level.
I'm your girl, Netta.
And we're starting this thing over. I keep forgetting to press the record button. Okay? I'm gonna get better. I promise you I'm gonna get better. This podcast is about relationships, right?
Right.
So all things relationships, the good, the bad, the ugly. We talk about our kids, our family, the struggles to stay married, the struggles to stay committed. So anything about relationship. Now, shout out to Q Note, who is our podcast show producer that has us sounding really well. And shout out also to Club Empire, who we're broadcasting in the Empire studios, and they let us use these facilities to broadcast every week. As you can see, I have an adult beverage. My wife is drinking Coke.
I'm drinking Coke.
But anyway, shout out to those two. And our video for this podcast will live on my YouTube channel, which is Brian Stewart Sr., and the podcast, you can stream it anywhere that you stream the podcast, Spotify, or anywhere that you get podcasts. And all you have to do is search for Love Wins by the Stewarts.
Yeah,
right?
We are everywhere. Because you guys have played our podcast and streamed the podcast, we are everywhere. We're like nationally syndicated. We're everywhere. So wherever you can listen to a podcast is where we are.
Grandma and them and everybody can hear us, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. And so we also have an email that we've formed so that you could send your email questions if you want to be a guest on our show. And sponsorships, baby, please give them the email address.
The email address, again, is stewart.lovewins@gmail.com, stewart.lovewins@gmail.com. And that's Stewart spelled Stewart. Correct.
And just a rewind. Last week we talked with the Womacs, Dougie and Leroy, and they came in and represented for the LGBT community, and it was a great episode. If you'd like to see that episode, you can go back to any one of those places. All of our episodes are on each one of those websites that you can see.
Go back to listen, guys. It was fun. It was really fun.
So today we're talking about sideline chicks, sideline dudes, sidelines, whatever.
Just sides.
Just sidelines.
All sides. Coleslaw, mashed potato salad. All sides. All sides.
And then if we have time, I'm assuming that the sideline thing is going to last forever. We will talk about sliding in DMs. I think that's really important that we talk about sliding in DMs. But we got the meat and potatoes of our podcast today is about sidelines, right?
Yes.
So this right here,
them.
this right here was near and dear to my wife's heart.
And
right?
is.
Right, and you said you wanted to talk about it, baby. So I'm going to let you open this thing up and see where we want to go when we talk about sidelines.
So the reason why I wanted to talk about this is because, as I said before, I want our show to be very transparent, very clear. We want to talk about the things that's trending, and for some odd reason, these last few years, it seems like being a side piece has been very popular. So being a side piece, sideline, side chick, side duck, side man, whatever, it seems like that is a popular thing, and it's okay. Like, they've made it okay to be that.
Really?
So, yes.
People like to be number two.
People like to be number two.
Wow.
It's crazy. Like, they really like to be... They like to be that. They really like to wear that title secretly. It's a secret.
So what do you think why do people enjoy being the side piece?
I think it's in my opinion, I think for women, let me speak for women. I think it's exciting, it's exhilarating. It's because when you get a chance, when you have time to spend with this other person that has someone else,
right.
Y'all get a chance to just kind of have fun. So it's that piece. Like, you don't really have, sir.
Yeah. You
don't really have that commitment. Like, you don't really have like the cooking and cleaning and tending to the kids and all that stuff. Like, y'all get to have fun. It just be like some kicking in. Let's go out. Well, you can't go out too many places, but y'all just they just kind of be like want some kicking and stuff. So yeah, I don't understand it. I mean, it is. It's kind of one of those things. And, whether admittingly or not, I think some people have been, more people than most have probably been in that situation. But I just want to talk about it and see why it's such a popular thing. Like, why is it ever so existent? Like, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to help people. I want somebody to help me understand why it's okay.
Why it's okay to be a side piece.
Yes.
Well, I mean, like you said, there's some benefit. You don't really get all of the problems that the main person gets.
That's
true. You get to have all of the fun.
You do.
You get to, all of the ups and downs of the relationship. You don't get to experience. You just get to experience most of the good parts.
Yeah,
right?
pretty much. Yeah, pretty much.
You know, the issues, the challenges that you have with, you know, your mate, the main person gets that. They get to talk about, you know, how to pay these bills together. And,
Absolutely.
you
Yeah.
know, how to blend their families together. And how do you be cool with the in-laws.
Yeah.
The side piece just slides in, get they little whatever they trying to get, and they gone.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand it. So I'm trying to understand. And let me say, like I said, somebody has been in that position before. Some people have been in that position before. So I'm not going to act like, oh, I've never done it before. But it's just like now it seems to be more prevalent. Like right now it seems to be like it's okay. Like presently, like you're shocked and amazed how many memes I see or how many social media posts where I see people saying like it's okay to do. Like people really think it's okay to do.
So you don't think that it was okay when we have to do it, when we've done it? So you're saying that
What you mean we?
Well, I mean, you said
French?
most people. No, you said most people have been a side piece before.
True that.
And
true
you're
that.
saying, but now it's really relevant. What's different from now than when you know we had to do it?
It wasn't as easily accepted as what I'm saying. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was kind of one of those things where you would consider to be what's called, like, you know, a mistress. And then Monica kind of made this song about sideline hoes or whatever.
Right.
So her song made it like you just some sloths type stuff or whatever. But now more songs are starting to be like, you know, cool with like The Weeknd. You know, The Weeknd is like,
Yeah, you can have
my
them on
man
Friday,
is my
so-
man and
yeah.
your man is her man too. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's okay. Like, they was like, shit, it's cool. Just make sure you're here Tuesday, Wednesday, what should I say? Tuesday,
Something.
Thursday,
You
Friday.
on the weekend.
I just keep you satisfied
I
on the
just keep
weekend.
you side
Yeah,
in the
like,
weekend.
Listen here. Sometimes you get on my nerves, and I want some time and space apart. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But just to be accepting, because here's what I've always said about people that just cool with being a side chick. Like, in all honesty, all you really getting is a wet ass. You getting lies and wet ass, unless they throwing you some paper every once in a while.
And I'm going to say this. Most of the time, people are only cool with being the side person for so long. Most of the time,
that's where the problem arises.
They will try to eventually make themselves known
That's
so
where
that
the
the number
problems.
one person will leave you,
And then
and
get
you
beat
can
up.
move in, and you can move up in ranking.
But listen, let me just tell you something. It is very far and few. It's very, very. I'm gonna say from like a man's perspective, right? Because
Yeah.
you know sometimes I have a male dominant.
So you finna speak as a man.
Yes, sometimes I have a very
How
male
do you
dominant
get
personality.
how do you get to speak as a man? I don't.
Because what I'm saying is that, like, you know, based on things that I say and or do or have done, most people say that dated me like you act like a dude. You don't really have feminine. You act like a dude. So anyway, as I was saying, I think just speaking from
She gets to
experience of a man, most times when a man is in a committed relationship with somebody else and they have this sideline, side piece or whatever, it is very far and few that if they break up with that main person, that they make that side girl their girl.
Right.
So you
I agree.
living off hopes, dreams, and wet ass.
Right.
Basically.
Right.
Hopes, dreams, lies, wet ass. Probably a couple of bundles every once in a while.
Now,
And that's it.
now what about the side guy?
Okay, wait. That's different.
Oh,
So
you
as
said
I
same different. Now it's different.
Hold on, it's
Same
different.
thing.
It's different
Okay.
because, as I said in our first podcast about infidelity, when men cheat, like y'all really kind of be on some just want to screw type stuff, right?
Wait, stop.
Y'all want to screw.
Well, I mean, stop. Because you often speak about when men do, but you're not a man. So how can you?
I didn't
Yeah,
been
but-
with enough of y'all to know. Not like that.
Hopefully,
boy.
not a lot. You
Listen,
say you done been with
not like that, but
Oh, wow.
I'm just saying that when men cheat, like when y'all cheat, y'all really kind of cheat just on some cheating, just getting some ass.
Right.
Most time it's an ego thing, like you need your
Could be,
ego
yeah.
stroked or whatever. But when women cheat, like we really be on some cheat to replace. Like
So
if
so
you're-
y'all be cheating with meaning. We cheat with no meaning. Is that what
y'all
you're saying?
cheat with no meaning at all.
And women cheat because y'all have meaning in it, and y'all like the dude, and y'all want to replace the number
More than
one.
likely,
Yeah.
it can be a replacement. I'm not saying it's going to be a replacement, but it could be a replacement. So if they decide, if there's a deciding factor of I'm not going to be with this main dude no more, then
Right.
this guy that I'm having some type of relations with or something,
Right.
if I needed to replace you, he's probably going to be the one to replace you. So we cheat with meaning, absolutely. It is a cheat with meaning. It's not like I'm just trying to get a wet ass and want to be associated with somebody. It's a totally different thing.
And most times, the guy that's cheating with a woman, a lot of times he's probably cool with being the side person, right? I mean, more often than not. Most of the women are if they're not cool, then at some point in time they want to move up, right?
Yeah,
I mean, do the guys want to move up as well?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because again, you have to understand, and then I said this, and so y'all gonna have to go back and listen to this podcast, right? I said in the first podcast and we just said that when women cheat, we cheat with a purpose, and people get their feelings involved, and there's emotions. So it is most times when a man know that a woman is with someone else, they know that they're there for a replacement reason.
Right.
So they're going to do the best of things to make sure that they can be better than what you already have.
Right.
So yeah, absolutely. I think
and the woman doesn't cheat for that same. They don't try to be better than the main woman.
Not until they start getting feelings. When they start to get feelings, and because anybody can say, because most times the woman already have some type of feelings for you, but they're okay with being the side piece or the side chick just to get close to you. Then when they get close to you and they start spending more time and stuff around you or whatever, then later on it's feelings involved.
Right.
Like now I got some feelings involved.
So I was just sleeping with him and hanging out with him just because it was cool. Then the more you do that, the more you start liking the situation, liking that person.
Yeah, I think a lot of times people agree. I think a lot of times people will agree and say, you know, if I meet somebody and I know they got somebody or whatever, they're going to more than likely say whatever you say to them. That's why I tell people all the time, all you got to do is be honest. Because if I have something for you, I'm going to tell you. So that means if I'm liking you, but I'm also doing 2 or 3 other different things, I'm really going to be like, listen, I like you, but I got 2 or 3 other things going on. You're going to either accept that or not accept
and you don't think the guys do that as well? You don't think that guys will say, hey, you know, you just a side chick. Hey, I got a number one.
No.
Mind your business. Stay in your place.
No.
Well, I disagree. I think that
let's say 80% of you guys do not do that.
Well, I disagree with that. I mean, it really depends on which 80% that you're going at.
Because I'm just saying, what I found that most men do that has these little side pieces or whatever, y'all have a hard time with separating the two. Like y'all and that's why the women get so involved in their feelings. Like that's why they get so attached and so emotionally attached, because you go from going to their house with them and give them a wet ass. So you go from their house and get them a little wet ass, get your little head and go home. To now,
you get both.
Yeah, you get a little head and get them a wet ass and then you go home.
Right.
Now, 2 months later, you going over there, you might give her some BCs because she got a headache. And then you might drop off at work, or she might call you, ask to bring her Subway sandwich. So now you're bringing her Subway sandwich.
Then you're
giving her wet ass, giving the head and go home. So now she's like, oh, he liked me more than just screwing on me. Now he doing stuff that, you know what I'm saying? So that's just, it's just the luck of the draw.
The luck of the draw.
Y'all gotta separate that shit. Listen, you have to separate that. You can't, you know what I'm saying? People get, and that's how I'm just saying, like, so when it gets from just being a side piece, a wet tail or whatever, when it gets from being that to months later and now I have feelings, right? Then that's when it becomes messy. That's when it becomes
a problem.
Oh, that's when it.
So as long as you stay in your lane and get your wet tail and all of that stuff.
Yeah, listen, just get your little wet ass and go home.
But then once you start getting feelings, you want to be known. You start coming around. You start being extra. Yeah. You start trying to be around their friends. You start trying to place yourself in places that you don't need to be placed.
Right.
Then it's not as cool or popular to be the sideline.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And y'all pillow talk. You have to stop pillow talking. Somebody asked this. Okay. Somebody asked this. If you guys go back and look at my post, don't do it now because we're live. But on my post, somebody asked, tell me, why does a man pillow talk with this side piece or whatever, making them feel like something extra? And so
it would be the same reason why a woman pillow talk. So
we don't do that.
Well,
you asked me that in the first episode, right?
But that's the difference, because you seem to make a difference, and you always do. You seem to make a difference in things that a woman do versus what the man does.
Let me just tell you why. So we have few viewers on here, right? So I want all these women to either agree and or disagree, right?
Oh yeah, they are gonna say the same thing.
So listen. you guys pillow talk and y'all do stuff that don't need to be done to get in the draws because they're gonna give it to you anyway.
Right.
They
You don't
gonna give
have
it
to.
you.
You
Yeah,
don't
you don't
have
have to do all that.
You don't have to.
As it relates to women, so you guys have to feel like you have to talk about the negative things that your mate does and or doing. Hold on.
Okay.
Y'all feel like y'all have to talk about the things that they are doing, not doing, you would like for them to do to this side person, and that makes them feel important, and that gives them ammunition to use against your main person. Women don't do that. Then let me just say this. Most men don't want to hear about the other man. Like most men don't want to. If I'm dealing with somebody else and they don't want me to call and spend my time with them on talking about you.
Right. It just depends. It depends on what
they
guy.
don't want no parts of that. They don't want no parts of that.
Right.
But it's always it's always kind of like as it relates to men, it's always kind of like I'm gonna give you a little. That's the worst thing you do. You give somebody a little ammunition to use against her. And what is so crazy because what the side people don't understand is the shit don't even be true.
They be lying.
It be some shit just to screw. I'm just gonna.
But you already said that they didn't have to do that.
You don't have to do that because all I'm saying to that is that if you know, because here's the thing, we all grown. And if I know that somebody likes me or have feelings for me, as I said, you're going to either accept what I have or you're not. But most times people don't give you that opportunity. Most times people just come to you with straight lies when all you got to do is just be like, listen, I have this going on. I have that going on. You can kind of deal with what I have going on or you don't have to deal with it. They're going to either say yes or no.
So the side piece is you talk about the side piece like they're basically garbage. Like
they're garbage. Shit. They're garbage.
Even though you've been in those shoes.
Absolutely, I have.
So you were garbage at one point in time.
Listen, call it what you want.
No, I'm not calling. That's a question.
Yeah.
So that doesn't go for just that goes for everybody. You, me, everybody in the podcast.
Here's what I said and what I understood. Like when I was doing it, and I could speak from just being real. When I was doing it, I wasn't thinking about the other party or the other person. Like I was thinking about the thrill of the people that I was with.
Point taken.
But what I also had to understand was one day. I knew this. One day I was going to find somebody and I was going to get that karma back from what I did. So I knew eventually.
That's real.
I don't give a damn about how many times I did it.
Right.
The way I did it. If the other party found out about it, I don't care. Like I understood that when I got me my own person and I was caring and loving about that person or something to the sort, I was going to get that shit back.
Right.
That's
real.
Come back.
That's big.
Yeah, and they come back like 10 times fold, like 100 times fold.
That's big.
Yeah.
That's really big. Do you had plenty of people that emailed questions and that they wanted you to ask while we were on earlier when you posted the question on your social media. Do you want to take some of those questions or?
Yeah, one of them was one I just addressed. One of them said, let's see here. Oh, she says, do you still pray for a faithful spouse after basically being a side piece? So do you pray that one day you find somebody that you fall in love with and be faithful to you after knowing that you've been somebody's side piece? Is that something you pray for?
What do you think about that?
I mean, I just pray for what I want, but I pray for what I want with the understanding of that shit gonna come back and bite me.
Right. It could. So you pray for, when people pray to God, they pray for things that they want. So it's all right to pray for whatever you want. And you should, pray that God take that taste to be a side person away from you. That you desire to have your own, and at some point in time, you get tired of being number two.
Right, that's true.
So you should pray double fold those things.
But you can't. What I'm saying is that now you pray how you want to pray because that's up to you. But what I'm saying is you can't be in the position of being somebody's mistress and or a side piece and then pray that God sends you someone faithful that you're not going. And then say, send me someone that's going to be faithful to me and love and honor me and not expect to get that karma. So you cannot. You pray for how you want to pray for what you want to pray for, but understand that shit it's gonna come back on you some way, somehow. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, maybe 10 years later, but it's gonna come back.
So you know that while you're praying, you're all right to pray for what you want.
Pray for what you want.
But you can believe that karma is real. And it's not an exception to it's an exception to everyone. It comes back on everybody.
It does.
Tenfold. Would you say tenfold?
Tenfold. Yeah, come back on you. I'm telling you. Y'all stop playing with these people and their spouses.
Okay. Any other questions?
Yeah, so let me see. So somebody said, why did they decide to be a side chick? So because we don't have a side chick on here or a side piece on here, I can't ask them that. So I'll answer from what I believe to be a woman's perspective, and I'll let Brian ask for what believes to be a male perspective. So
B level.
Whatever, B level.
Call my government name away.
In some situations, let me just be on some real stuff. In some situations, you just get involved with people that you think have something that your mate may or may not have, right? Mm-hmm. So when that happens, then it kind of starts off as we're just going to be platonic friends, or we're just going to be whatever we're going to be, and it turns into something more. So I don't think people I was going to say I don't think people set out to be a side piece, but people really set out to be a side piece.
Yeah, some people like that. Some people don't, and I said to you, there's songs about I don't want to be number one. I don't want to be the home team. I want to be number two. There's guy songs, your boyfriend number two, and all that. There's songs that are written about it.
I left home to be with my side piece. That's what he said.
That's what he said.
Listen, I don't have time. All I'm saying is I do feel that there is a decision that is definitely an adult decision. One thing I am going to say is, because we're talking about this, I don't want people to just make it a side piece issue, because it needs to be an issue of the mate as well. Like, it's so
There's
crazy.
Some liability.
Yeah, like it's so crazy that a lot of the times when, we find out that our mate or, partner, spouse, or previous partner has had somebody else on the side, we get so angry about that person on the side, but we don't channel that anger to the person that we're dealing with.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So you
Facts.
can't be out here like, when I see her, I'm going to slap her, blah, blah, blah.
Facts.
No, because on some real shit, like, that's that dude. Like, he owes you the loyalty. She don't owe you nothing.
He out here moving foul.
Yeah, like, she doesn't owe you anything. He owes you that. You know what I'm saying? The only time I'm going to really just be on some, I'm going to slap in your mouth type stuff is if you know about me.
And you on some disrespect? You
know about me and you disrespectful.
Right.
Like, if you know about me, you know what I'm saying, and you on some disrespect shit, then that's really when you like, listen, I'm gonna hem your ass up, because you just stay in your place, stay in your lane, get your time, get your little $20
and your Subway sandwich.
Get your Subway sandwich, get your little shot of head or something, and move on. But don't be on no disrespectful shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be on no just don't be disrespectful.
True that.
If you ain't disrespectful, then listen. It is what it is.
And sometimes you said the lady asked, what was the question again? Why
did they decide to be a side chick?
Sometimes a woman, if you got a fly mouthpiece, you know what I'm saying? And sometime a woman is cool with having half of you than having 100% of her own.
That's true.
Some guys are cool with, I'm cool with having him or her 50% of the time. Having them 50% of the time is better than having 100% of somebody else of my own.
Listen, that's true. Because you don't get but 60% of me unless you put a ring on it. 60% is all you're going to get.
But that's a lot. They get that much without a ring?
Probably 40. 50-40. Let's
dial that back.
Probably 50-40. Probably on some real stuff, 40. I think 50. I think maybe 40.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you probably 40, because I know that discreetly, infidelity, you can't handle 100% of who I am.
But and then you keep spitting off these percentages, and you did it the first deal, and I didn't think, I thought that I got more than 40% of you before I married you. So
no, you didn't.
So what you're saying is that's not true, Netta. So
you think you did?
Yeah, absolutely. I got more than 40.
We talked about this the other day.
Yeah, I
ain't asking for no money. You give me no. I ain't asking for no money.
Well, I spent money. You didn't have to ask me for money.
No,
I spent money. So the difference is I didn't put the money in your hand.
Oh, that don't count. That don't count. You spent money when we went on dates and stuff. That don't count.
So you're trying to say I didn't pay any light bill or water bill when I first met you?
No, listen. No, Linda. No, listen. Wasn't no paper spending. You spent money like when we went out. You bought me, like, for my birthday week, you bought me a couple of dresses you wanted me to wear, whatever. But you ain't just, like, drop me no G and, like, here, just put this in your purse.
But
no.
But that's what you was into?
Hell yeah. Yes.
So what made it different that I didn't have to spend money?
No, I think it was just time that passed by. And as I said, about that time, I was kind of divorced for a year and a half, and I already knew kind of what I wanted in a mate or whatever. So, you kind of had those, you had those, you had the things that I wanted. You had the the traits that I wanted in a mate. So I ain't really have to be. But yeah, you ain't just gonna listen. Let me just say this. I ain't just for laying up getting no wet ass. Like I ain't just for doing that. You can call it solicitation.
Is that like a prostitute?
Listen, call it whatever you want.
I'm asking you if you are soliciting
That's
money.
not soliciting.
Well, if you're asking someone to pay you.
You're
asking for it. You ask for it, right?
Listen, one thing I don't ask for nothing. I'm not asking.
Okay, so you just don't ask. You just expect them to give without you making an inclination that you wanted money.
Put it on a nightstand.
But at some point in time, you have to do something or say something to make them know that they need to put it on the nightstand.
Here's the thing. I think you a man, so you should know. Men know the quality of a woman. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that in the means of I've always had a career where I could take care of myself and take care of my children.
Right.
But I've never been the one to have any type of, not even necessarily a struggle, but I'm never ever going to be the one. I never was going to be the one to have a struggle and just screw on somebody.
Okay. So let me take a drink.
Because you can't, listen, my mama told me that. Like, ain't no way on God's green earth I'm going to be in any struggle position or any struggle mode.
Financially, what you're saying.
Yeah, and you come over and screw and get up and go home.
But,
no.
But, what makes, and I always try to, you notice my language is a lot different than yours. You're using words like, screw up. I'm trying to say doing the grown folks thing because our children may watch this podcast. But what I'm questioning you is why is your stuff so much better than mine that I have to pay you? You don't pay me anything.
I'm not.
So what I'm saying, what makes what you got?
Because most
you ain't let me finish. What makes what you got so much greater than what I got that I have to pay you? You ain't pay me.
You're making it sound like a soliciting thing.
It is. If you're asking the guy to pay you, that's solicitation. That could be considered as prostitution.
I don't ask. And I never have a man to do anything for me that I can do for myself.
Okay, so
I've never asked a man to get my hair done. I've never asked a man to get my nails done.
So how is he know?
I've never asked to pay a bill. I don't need you to do anything for me that I can do for myself. I think that's kind of cutting it low. I don't need you to do anything for me like that. So, you know what I'm saying?
So how is he supposed to know that he's supposed to pay if you don't ask?
Listen, I mean, I just think that's make you being a grown ass man. I think you're just a grown man.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
I was grown, but I didn't know. But what I'm saying is I didn't know that you wanted me to pay you.
I wasn't saying pay me for sex. That is solicitation.
Okay, so what are you saying?
What I'm saying is this. You are not just going to come up. I'm not satisfied with just going. I'm just not.
But you like me.
Listen, all I'm saying is outside of you, I'm not satisfied with getting up, screwing on somebody, and just getting a towel and wiping up and just laying back down and go to sleep. Like, that's unsatisfactory for me. It depends on what that person means to me. If I have feelings with that person, if I have emotional ties with that person, that's one thing. But I'm just not for laying up, screwing on somebody just to get wet in between my legs. I can do that by myself.
So I understand. I have sisters. My mom taught my sisters that you be with somebody who can help you.
Absolutely.
So I do understand that. It's not like I don't understand that. I have sisters. But you're talking in the point of, I want you to pay me. I'm not going to, sleep with you if this can't benefit me financially.
That's not what I'm saying. You make it like I'm a prostitute. Listen, I'm trying to curb my words because.
Curb your words because there's, some kids.
Everybody has given somebody some free yum bouncy bounce. Everybody has. It could be because you like them. It's whatever reason.
You act like you haven't.
Everybody has.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that you're just not going unless I want it to be that way. If I want it to be that way, if I like you or I just want to be intimate with you on times that I want to be intimate with you, it's something that I want. That's what I want. But at the same token, as you just said, your mom said to your sisters, you're going to have to be a helpmate. And I'm saying that to say you are not. I didn't ask for everybody that I choose to be intimate with to leave some money on my dresser or make a direct deposit to my account. I didn't ask that because as I said, everything that I wanted done, I could always be able to do for myself.
Okay.
And I don't ask because if I feel like I have to ask, I don't want it from you anyway.
Because you're supposed to do it when it's needed.
You're
supposed to know it's needed.
Yes, I'm never ever going to put myself in a position to ask anybody for anything because, as I said, men know the quality of woman that they're dealing with, and so it does not take for you to ask for stuff to be done.
Well, let's be clear. you didn't have to ask because we were together every day, all the time. So whatever your needs were, I was paying attention to know that it needed to be done. So although I didn't drop it off on the nightstand or I didn't pay,
you put it in my
you didn't want
account.
for anything
I did
because
not.
I had you.
You put it in my
I got
account,
you.
though. Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this the other day, and I said, babe, I didn't know that's what I was supposed to do. You certainly didn't ask, so I agree with you. You don't ask. But I didn't think that you needed anything, and I certainly didn't think that I was mandated to do that.
You're not mandated.
Okay. All right. So we're clear on that.
No, you're not mandated. I'm just saying that, I just think that I just don't, young women or any woman that's, it's growing, single, looking for a relationship, I just don't want women to think and or believe that, just be satisfied with somebody doing something for you that you can do for yourself.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
True
there's
that.
so many women that just be like, I hear the young women, I hear people say all the time, well, he might be hers, but he bought me some bundles. Some bundles? You can't buy yourself no bundles? Like,
Right.
I'm never, ever do I. And let's be clear, I do my own hair and the girls' hair, whatever, but never do I ask you for things I could do for myself. I can do a lot of things for myself.
Right.
And so I just believe in men just taking care of their woman and vice versa, because I'm going to take care of you as well. But just know that it's not cool for somebody to give you $4 to get your nails done, or you be cool with $100, or you be cool with, some club chicken and a drink. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you just kind of think more of yourself. And so the way you display yourself to a man is the way they're going to treat you.
And I agree. There's only been one case of one friend that I know that actually been with his side piece once. That actually made a future with his side piece. Everybody else, you probably see them as a side piece, so you're never going to be with them.
Absolutely.
On the straight up, because they were cool with being number two, and something about them being cool with number two. Why would you make them number one if they're cool with being number two? You agree with that?
I agree. I mean, I don't, as a woman, I don't think it's fair for them, but that's the position you put yourself in. You put yourself in a position for somebody not to make you their main because you're so comfortable with being their second. So that's a you thing,
True that. Any other questions?
Oh, let's see. Same person asked, would you accept it if it was done to you? So if you were somebody's, if you had been somebody's side piece before, you got into a relationship, got into a marriage, and, you found out your mate had a side piece, would you want that done to you? Hell no, nobody want it done to them.
No.
Like, no, nobody wants to go through that and experience that. But again, when you're in that state, you don't think about that. Like, when you're in that state of, being with who you think you're being with and having fun, you don't think about the repercussions of such. But again, when I say understand, it's going to come back.
And I've never been a side piece. I've never been with someone who were married. I've been with people, we had a mutual agreement that, hey, we were just dating each other. So you dated whoever you wanted to date. I dated whoever I wanted to date. But I've never had a relationship where I've been a side piece. So, I mean, obviously I can't speak from, do you want it done? I can speak that you don't want it done from you. But I've never been in that situation to speak intelligently about being a side piece. I've never had that opportunity to do that.
Yeah, the struggle is real.
Yeah.
Struggle's
Any other
real.
questions?
Yeah, someone asked about married sideline. So someone
Married sideline.
someone commented on my post and said that she heard someone say that so the friend is married, and the friend basically said that she's okay with sleeping with someone else, but they have to be married too. And they have to be married because then that means that the both of them have a lot to lose. So they're probably not going to damage each other's sides because they have a lot to lose.
They're side pieces as well.
Yeah, so they're just kind of side piece to each other. So basically, they're both married. And she says she's not gonna mess with anybody single. They have to be married.
Oh boy.
Because
she said that.
It makes sense. You have to. Yeah, it makes sense.
And she posted her name on your Facebook page, right?
Well, it was someone that asked about their friend.
Their friend.
I mean, that makes sense. If what I have found to be messy is when you cheat with someone. If you're married and you cheat with someone that's single that has nothing to lose, that is a lose-lose situation. That is a lose-lose situation because they don't give a damn. They don't care. Don't have anything to lose.
So you're saying the married side piece is a better position?
Yeah, that's a better part to be in.
So if you date single guys, no. So if you're married, then that's all right to be a married side piece. But it's not good to be you not have nobody and be a side piece. That's what you're saying.
What I'm saying is neither one of them is okay.
Oh, okay.
Let's just put that out there. But
Okay.
all I'm saying is that these people feel like it's okay. So I'm just saying, if it's okay with you and your thing, it's just never a good idea to be married. If you're married, you and I are married. I'm probably not that I'm cheating or anything, but I'm probably not going to.
You better not.
I'm probably not going to have an affair with somebody that's single, because having an affair with somebody that's single that has shit to lose, when you try to cut that off, they gonna try to, I'm gonna tell on you, or I'm gonna put it up. But you mess with somebody that's married too.
But you're going back.
They're more careful.
You're tap dancing again, because you're saying, if I'm married, I'm going to have. So you're trying to say that it's all right. It's a better place to be for that person to be married and be a saint.
I'm not saying it's okay. No, stop putting words in my mouth. Neither is okay, is what I'm saying. Neither of them are okay. It's not okay to be anybody's side anything.
Okay.
What I'm saying is that I have seen it be really, really messy when a married person have a relationship or an affair with somebody that's single. If they have an affair with somebody that's single, that's some hard shit to get out of. They gonna want to tell it. They gonna go tell it on the mountains. They gonna just put it out there. If you're dealing with somebody that has the same to lose as you do, so a marital partner or a fiance or whatever, they're going to be a little bit more careful. Like, y'all can part ways and really part ways.
Right.
Now, that's only if they care about their mate. Because, we've seen people that don't care about their mate. They just don't give a damn.
Right. They don't care.
They don't care. They just be like, nah, I don't want you. I don't care.
Right.
So, yeah.
Wow.
That's that thing.
Yeah.
Listen, this stuff is crazy.
So, do you have more questions that we need to?
Let me see.
That's it?
Oh, so yeah, last question. So somebody asked, what do side chicks want out of their relationship? They want your spot.
They want chicken. That's what Netta said.
That's what I was saying. Listen.
Yeah, they just
about his
they
people.
want Subway sandwich.
They want chicken.
They want
a bar tab.
Pills, headache pills, and they want a wet tail. And Netta didn't say a wet tail. She said I'm trying to get her to, she said the wet tail.
We're gonna mark this episode as explicit.
Explicit.
They really want your spot, and that's all I'm saying to people.
They don't know that they can't get it, because that's mindset. You're not even thinking of them that way.
What? Yeah, when you start doing relationship type shit to a side chick, they feel like they have an opportunity.
But what I'm saying is, you just said that most guys or girls are not going to even give you that spot, so they don't know. They want your spot, but they're never going to get it.
They don't know that.
They don't know it, but per you at the beginning, most of the time the guys are not going to ever see you as being number one if you're cool with being number two. They don't know that,
and that's what I'm saying. When you start doing relationship type shit to people that doesn't deserve that, that's when they feel like they have an opportunity. You cannot do relationship stuff to people that's just your mistress or your side dude. You cannot do that. Like I said earlier with my numbers and percentages, that's why I know I could only give somebody 40% of me that I'm just not feeling, because 100% of me would probably be like fatal attraction. It'd be like some fatal attraction shit. Like, you outside my house?
Wow.
Yeah. So
all right. You've heard it. You've heard it from Netta.
There it is.
Okay. So listen.
Yeah. Listen, Linda.
So on along of the side, we transition into our next topic, and that's sliding in DMs. That's another source of, being on the low, trying to get people on the low. That's an extension to the side piece, right? Trying to become a side piece.
Yeah.
So people are sliding into your DM, understanding that you're writing information, evidence. If you slide in someone's DM, you got to know that that's evident for them to show whoever you're in a committed relationship or show whoever's there in the community.
True that.
In a relationship with.
True that. That's true.
So sliding in DMs is, especially for committed people, is just dumb.
It goes down.
See her in the club or see her in the supermarket and shoot your jump shot.
It goes down in the DM.
It goes down in the DM. That was one of my favorite songs. But sliding in, so how should you handle sliding in DMs? Like from a committed standpoint, guys are always sliding in your DM. And let's just say this. Let's just put it out there, that if you slide in one of our DMs, you're going to get exposed, because we both
We've said that.
We both have each other's social media handles, right?
We both said that, yeah.
So if you want to take a chance, and slide in her DM, and I ain't no killer, but don't push me. Understand this. Understand this. I have to. I ain't no killer. Don't push me. I come from Highland Court, and I was raised in Highland Court, and I try to push those ways back.
That was funny.
But I'm like you. You can't be on no disrespect. You have to know that this person or this man or this woman is in a committed relationship. And if you don't respect the committed relationship, that's cool. But when it comes to a marriage, you ought to have a little bit more respect in the marriage than to try to slide. Like, these people are just out here all wrong.
Yeah, they are.
And when some people don't even try to put words. Some people try to, like your pictures. They'll put these emojis on your pictures, and some of the Instagram or the Insta Snaps or the Insta Facebook, it comes to your DM.
It does.
And so they try to slick do it. They'll put a couple hearts and, all this other stuff. And so I'm like, bruh, come on, man. Did you, come on, babe. You got to know that the woman is married. Now, a lot of times I think guys are fishing. Oh, I say guys and girls. They're fishing to see if you respond. It's almost like they're fishing and they're putting their hook out there. They want to see if I can get a bite.
Yeah.
So if you or I'm using us, someone slide in our DM and we say, oh, hey, thank you for the like.
Yeah.
And we heart it back, or we thumbs it up, then the next time they go a little further.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of like one of these. It's kind of like when you're on a date with a woman and you try to go far and you see if she stop you before you make your big move. You understand what I'm saying? You're on a date with a woman and you grab her breast.
That's what you do with the first?
Well, you just, you kiss her first and she kiss you back.
I'm
okay.
saying, dang, that's vulturish.
Then you go a little bit further the next time. You grab up top.
Yeah, okay.
Up top.
Yeah.
If she go for that, then you say, I'm gonna go for the kill. I'm gonna see if she really go. I'm gonna hit down. I'm gonna hit down low. I'm gonna grab down low. And if she go there,
Who does that?
it's gone. It's on.
Oh, okay.
Did I not do you that
I
way?
follow you. No, you didn't do me that way.
Okay.
No.
All right, okay.
Shit.
Okay.
No.
But anyway, sliding these DMs, it's disrespectful. So how do you handle? So it's different from a man to a woman, how they handle it, right? So my thing is, I always, first of all, I know that you can handle anything.
Yeah.
So on the first play, from a man point of view, I want to make sure, because the rule is you don't check the man, you check the hoe.
The who?
The real live player rule is don't check the nigga, you check the hoe.
No, the real live player rule is you don't check the nigga, you check your woman.
Same
not
thing.
the hoe. Because
Same thing. Well, say the woman.
Let's clear that up.
I'm just saying from a player standpoint. So
Okay, well,
that's what the street
that must
said.
be like some.
Okay,
some
so you check the man, you don't check your
Monopoly
woman.
shit or something. Yeah.
Right. You understand what I'm saying? And so what you always do is you try to make sure that your woman is not engaged into it first.
Yeah, that's true.
You try. You don't never want to step to the dude and your woman is doing some unfaithful stuff and having you out here looking bad.
True that.
So you want to make sure that she's saying, listen, you know I'm married. You know that I'm in a committed. Even if you're not married, you know I'm in a committed relationship with somebody. Don't approach me like that. Me and you ain't got nothing going on. So then you wait on a response, because I know that if somebody approach you or somebody does something to you that you're not in favor of, you're going to check it yourself.
Yeah,
so
sure.
a lot of times I ain't going to have to check it, because you're going to check it and say, hey, you know I'm married. You know my husband is, so don't play with me like that.
Yeah.
Vice versa. If somebody come in my deal, I'm going to say, listen, you know I'm married. You know who my wife is, so don't play like that.
Yeah.
So
that mean I can beat up your mistress because they all knew who I was.
Absolutely. If they playing,
listen, let me just tell y'all.
I don't have no mistress, but I'm saying if they playing,
I'm a retro back that ass whooping in.
If
Retro
they
ass whooping. Because he telling me
playing-
now that y'all knew about me when y'all got in his DM, so I'm gonna retro these ass whoopings back.
Right. You're a banker. You don't want to get into that stuff. You don't want to
Okay.
be getting arrested.
I'm
But what I'm asking,
Run it
run it back. But what I'm saying is, you always make sure from a male standpoint that your chick ain't playing with them.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you don't want to be approaching no dude and your chick is with it. So after you handle it and you say, listen, you know my dude, I don't rock like that. Don't play with me like that.
Yeah.
And they can still being persistent. Then it's my time to say, listen, player, she done already told you to chill out. You understand what I'm saying? Now you disrespecting me because I'm her man, I'm a boyfriend, I'm a husband, I'm whoever it is. So don't play, because I don't take the disrespect lightly. As a man, I'm never going to disrespect you, but I'm gonna insinuate and I'm gonna make sure that ain't nobody gonna disrespect mine.
Yeah.
Because I die for mine. Understand this. I go down smoking for mine. So at the end of the day, but you do want to make sure that it's all clean and that you ain't stepping to the dude when the chick is
absolutely
is about it.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So this DM, y'all just be moving all wrong and out here
they real foul now.
Oh my goodness. And not only the guys, the chicks do it.
Here's what I will say. This is what I will say, because I do know that, even in our bouts of our episodes, whatever, I do know that we have publicly said, like, we share social media. So, and publicly said, listen, if you really kind of be in, Netta stuff, I'm going to know, and then vice versa. So it's really kind of, it's funny that people will still just adamantly be on
take a chance.
What's up? You know what I'm saying? What's going on? What's up with you or something? And like you said, the worst thing that social media, the worst thing that the Instagram and Facebook could have done was added a story. Yeah. Because when you post on that story, it's going to come automatically to your inbox, right?
Right.
That is the worst thing ever. And then, women, you can agree with me. It's probably not as bad for men, but you can agree. What I have found to happen is, and I'm not tooting my own horn or anything, but what I have find to happen is, and this is not just on social media, this is kind of just in everyday life. What I've seen happen is that people think that I'm a bitch. People think that I'm a bitch. But I'm really not. So, shut up. So, what I have found to happen is that most times when you're attractive and you're just being nice, they don't take it as being nice. Right. They take it as, oh.
She'll go.
She said, she put some hard eyes back. Motherfucker, I'm just being nice. Like, so when you're attractive, you have to be careful with how you communicate with people of the opposite sex, because they'll take any little thing as a, you were trying to get with them. So you have to be you have to really be careful with that.
And we're going to do an episode on social media, because I think it deserves a whole conversation. Like people
it does,
I try to be real mindful, even liking females' pictures, even your friends' pictures, because there's social media etiquette that I think goes with DM and all of that stuff. So we've got to have a whole show about social media etiquette.
Yeah.
Because I think we can talk our whole hour about what's right and what's wrong with social media. But as you say, these cats and the other thing is, females are sliding into females.
Oh yeah, there you go.
DM. It ain't, you ain't gotta listen, players. You ain't even gotta watch out just for the players no more. You gotta watch out for the chicks too.
They're more aggressive. Women nowadays are more aggressive than men. They're very aggressive. They just be like.
So not only do you have to work for hell, every night I got to fight to prove my love. I mean, not only do you have to wait for the guys, but you got to be on the lookout for these chicks, because these chicks are strong too.
They are.
They coming strong.
They are. Yeah, they are.
They just outright putting it out there. Hey, I think you're sexy.
Yeah, they're very aggressive.
I like you. How your husband. I mean, they are just, they are strong. It's one. Now listen, if you act like a man, you should be able to get your ass beat like a man.
No.
No,
here's the thing. I've never had. Let me just say this, and I'm not. Maybe it's because I've never had a stud to hit on me. So studs don't hit on me. I think most time it's women. And here's what's crazy.
They under the same rules, Netta.
No, they're not.
The females, if you disrespectful like a man,
but
you should be able to get that ass whooped like a man. I'm just saying,
I've never had a stud to hit on me, and it just never happened. But even just feminine women, they're just like really aggressive. They just be like, listen.
Stud or no stud, so is it? And we don't have a lot of time left, but should you treat a woman who's dead wrong in the DM like you should treat a man? What is the difference?
But the thing is that that's a whole different conversation, different topic, because we'll talk about that on a more explicit episode. But I have had women tell me, no BS. I have had women tell me that they wanted to be with me and be willing to be with me and you just to be with me. Like women,
because they like you just that much.
Yeah, they just like, I just listen. If I gotta be with you and him to be with you, that's what I want. They just kind of be on some.
I got so many episodes in my mind that we've got to do.
They be on some stuff now. I'm just saying.
Facebook etiquette, the women going after women, we definitely have to do an episode. You know, we have so many great things, episodes that are coming up. In a couple of weeks, you have the ladies' night version. Talk about the ladies' night.
So basically, we're going to put Brian off the show that day. It's going to be myself and 3 other women. If you guys are interested in being on this panel with me, let me know. I have not chosen them yet. I made a Facebook post, but I've not chosen yet. But we're going to talk about all things men. We're going to talk about, the things that they think we like that we don't like, whether it's, form of intimacy, whatever it is. We're going to talk about all things men. And I want you to be very open, very transparent, not argumentative. I don't like that. I don't like arguments. I don't like anybody to be argumentative, but if you want to be a part of that, let me know and I'll get
What's their qualifications? What do they have to have in order for you to pick them?
Common damn sense.
Common sense.
Have some common sense.
Yeah.
Have some tact about yourself.
Yeah.
Understand that even though we talk about very explicit material, we are, we're professionals here in our community and very well respected. So you have to be just those things. And so you can comment on my page. You can inbox me if you're interested in doing it. And I will kind of have a conversation with you to see if you're the right person for it, because I'm just not going to just choose anybody. But, So I guess, are we done with your DM?
Yes. You got something else you got to.
Yeah, I was really just kind of going to add that, I don't know. I think they. Well,
let me before you go there, and also the week after she does her lady things, we're gonna do an all guy thing. We're gonna do a barber shop. So I'm gonna have 3 guys. Shanetta's not going to be there, and we're gonna talk all things women. We're gonna talk about baby mamas. We're gonna talk about one night stands. We're gonna talk about everything barbershop talk.
We're gonna talk about baby mamas
too. And so same episode, fellas. If you gonna keep it real, holler at your boy. Let me know. Hit me up. Send me an email if you want to be on the all guys thing.
Yeah,
and it's going to be the week after the ladies deal. We're going to do the ladies first.
Y'all want to talk about baby mamas too? Yes.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it at all.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay.
Damn.
You had something next.
Anyway, so back to the... I don't like neither one of his baby mamas. Anyway, let's talk about back to the DM. So as it relates to the DMs, I really don't think that I think that it was good to kind of talk about this, but I don't think it's going to stop and or control anything, because I think people are, and here's what I found out, and I'll be very honest with you. I'm going to be very honest. This is a moment of transparency between you and I. Mm-hmm. In my moments of you was getting on my nerves, I would probably only tell you about the people I want you to know about. Like, people don't tell you about the people. They're not going to tell you about the people that they're showing interest in, which is unfair. Mm-hmm. Like, I see a lot of women really kind of just be like on some, get y'all man out my inbox. Tell this dude to get out my inbox, and they put him on blast. But what about the other 99? You want to put him on blast? Yeah, you want to put him on blast.
The ones that you was liking hard back.
Yeah, because he got on some RX 100 shoes and stuff, whatever. So now you're like, get your man out my box. Okay, what about the rest? Like, you can't just be on some exposure, but you're not really exposing what the real is. So people, they were really on it telling what they wanted their mate to see and or know about. And, I was not. I was telling him, like, listen, and I show him previous messages, like, listen, I asked this dude to leave me alone, go about his business. He's still on some different stuff. So when I feel that I can't handle it, and I feel like it's not that I can't handle it, but when I feel like I've asked you several times and you still on some disrespectful shit, I think it's disrespectful to myself, to my marriage, and to my husband. So that's when I turn it over to him. So I just want to let you guys know, if he has not reached out to you yet, it's because
you didn't tell it.
It's because I ain't tell on your ass. But don't try it no more, because I'm telling you, don't try, because if you try it,
I'm gonna go back and look at all your damn messages now. I'm going back your ass. And truth be told, like, I understand it's a whole nother different from a man to a woman. So how you handle things, I'm probably not going to handle them that way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you want to kill everybody. Your ass, I mean, if you can't fight, you probably don't need to be in my DM if you can't fight. But the thing but I'm probably going to handle it a lot different. I think that the rules of engagement for a man is different than the rules of engagement for a woman. And I don't know if you agree with what I said about, first of all, making sure that, she ain't part of nothing, but, it's terrible. And I think it's getting out of control. And not only for men, it is for women as well.
It is. Mm-hmm.
And it goes back to, you desiring more, me desiring more. If I exhibit a behavior that you could slide in my DM and I don't tell my wife and vice versa, then they're going to continue to do it. The only thing that's going to stop the sliding in the DM is if you stop it. Mm-hmm. If they know you will go, they're going to continue to slide in it. They have to know I ain't going, she ain't going, he ain't going. And then, if they do, you still going to have the random, but it ain't going to go anywhere if they know that you really,
but I was just
truly.
On some nice shit with people. I was just like, oh, thank you. But saying thank you to somebody that has a little inkling for you, that thank you goes a long way.
Right.
So now I ain't going to tell y'all ass thank you no more. I'll tell y'all thank you. If y'all think I'm beautiful, thank you. Publicly, I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all for that.
All your damn messages now. All right, so real quick, I normally don't do a lot of boasting and bragging, but I just got to do this. Today, I got a text, and my wife know. Our daughter, Randy, was selected by the Arkansas Youth Sports Association, okay? If you go to ArkansasYouthSportsAssociation.com, you will see that this is a website that rank grade kids, high school kids, in basketball. So I don't do a lot of bragging, but I am certainly overly proud of our daughter, Randy. She was selected the number one girl for the class of 2027, top prospect that has ties to Arkansas. And Randy Jackson is the number one kid in the state of Arkansas. Now,
woo!
Yes, so that's great.
That's my baby.
Now, the ranking is only good as the person that rank you, but and I will say this: we're certainly thrilled to be number one.
Absolutely.
To be the number
she
one
works hard.
sixth grader in girls basketball in the state of Arkansas.
Yes, she works hard and she's humble.
Obviously, we don't stop there.
No.
We are glad that we got that award, but we want her to be humble. We want her to keep grinding. She is just super duper. Y'all see me on Facebook. She and I share this common thing of basketball, and so I'm with her every day. I'm taking her to practice. I'm working out with her, and I wasn't able to be the number one ranking of my class, so I'm certainly overwhelmed with joy that they selected our daughter to be that. And so I just wanted to say that was really fabulous. You can go to ArkansasYouthSportsAssociation.com and see our daughter's ranking. Now, before we go, we have to pay some bills. And if you want to sponsor our podcast, give them the email address again, baby, that they can sponsor.
The email address is stewart.lovewins@gmail.com. Again, it's Stewart, spelled STEWART. .lovewins@gmail.com. If you guys wanted to have us some show ideas, or if you want to be on the show, be a guest on the show, if you have questions about a previous show, send us an email.
Now, one of our number one sponsors, the first sponsor that spawned on, is Damn Wings. If you like food, if you like wings, I promise you have not had wings or chicken and fish and shrimp better than J1. Now, they sell wings. They got fish. They have shrimp. They do sandwiches. Like Shanetta said, she loves the pork chops. And they have all different flavor. Louisiana hot, honey, lemon pepper, honey garlic, the countrified, all flavors that they have, and you can take out by calling in your order at 501-352-9547. I'm going to give that number again, 501-352-9547. And the truck, I wrote the address down. They live at 3704 Camp Robinson Road in North Little Rock, 3704 Camp Robinson Road. Let them damn wings know that B Level and Netta sent you there. I promise you, he has the best wings in town. I guarantee it. I stand by it. It's like good. Coke. It's the name brand. The name stays here. Them damn wings.
It's Coke?
Yeah, I was reading a thing from a movie. I was just getting excited. Go ahead with your
So I think today is going to be, so you guys see, normally I have on something different. So you guys see that I have on this shirt, and it says uplifted checking. So for those that don't know, I am a manager of a credit union, and this is the credit union that I manage. Is Up Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Mm-hmm. You guys can find me there. The telephone number is 501-374-2190. We do financing of homes, homes, autos, personal loans. We work with any credit tier. I talk about this all the time, any credit tier. So I have this shirt on today just because of that. So that's why I have this casual Monday. So again, either go on my Facebook page and look there or give me a call at 374-2190, area code 501 at extension 2007.
Okay. Is that it?
Is that it? I'm ready to go
All right.
eat
So,
dinner.
so once again, we want to thank you guys for tuning in to us. We are trying to be very transparent as possible. We want to give you all things relationship, everything about a relationship, the ups, the downs, the good and bad. If you're single, you should listen to us. If you're married, you should listen to us. If you're obligated, you should listen to us. If you're looking for somebody, you should listen to us.
Hey, okay, real quick. I said like earlier, I guess maybe about 20 minutes ago, that if you dated my husband, you know about me, I was gonna beat you up. Okay, let me take that back. 'Cause it's terroristic threatening, and I don't need y'all pressing charges. I mean, I'm gonna give y'all a pass because it's over and done with. But just let it be known, it's just a pass.
Okay.
Okay.
And there you have it. That's her.
Terrorist
That's her disclaimer, and that's her story, and she's sticking to it. So.
Facts.
Tune in. So our video lives on Brian Stewart Sr. On YouTube. That's where you can get the video. The audio on any platform that streams podcasts, you can listen to it. Now, all you have to do is search for Love Wins by the Stewarts. And the Stewart is spelled
Stewart.
That's a wrap. That's another week in the books.
Yay!
All right. We will see you next week.
Bye.
Holla.